Hey guys, it's been quite some time since I've listened to 4K Blu-ray update. Thought I'd do one today. And a lot going on today, so I'll start with my eBay purchases. Vinegar Syndrome. I got Amityville 1982. It's about time. Now this one's out of print, but I got it for a reasonable price. And I look forward to checking this one out. I'm checking out. I'm interested in the Amityville films. The ones that interest me. I'm not going to see all of them. I think that'd be crazy to do that, but yeah, this should be fun. Coma. Now, this is Screen Factory or Shout Factory, right? Michael Douglas. It's been a while since I've seen this. Wanted to check it out again, and I figured, because I think at some point I wanted to get the Blu-ray anyways. I was like, might as well just watch it again. Yeah. Another one I haven't seen in quite some time. Soylent Green. Charlton Heston. Classic sci-fi film. Yeah. Probably still relevant today, and I would think. But I'll have to watch again and see if that's the case. So yeah, can't go wrong with that movie though. I guess I'll do my Barnes and Noble purchases. Yeah, so I ordered these off of their website because they had an Arrow video sale not that long ago. The Bird of Crystal Plumage, Dario Argento, Giallo. Upgraded from my DVD. I never bought the Blu-ray. I look forward to checking this out again. And I kind of took a break from 1970 horror films, but there are still a few more that I want to check out. And this is one that I want to revisit. Yeah, I'm sure it'll look good on 4K. Narc. This is a great film. I watched this, I don't know, 2 or 3 years ago. Get the 4K. It was one of the ones I wanted to get. Reasonable price, half off, right? Ray Liotta, and you have, who's the other actor? Jason Patrick. Yeah. Great neo-noir. And, like how the inner workings of police department, and, it it keeps you guessing, right? It's one of those kind of movies that I think is worth checking out. Also from Barnes & Noble. I bought these from one of their Criterion sale, or back in November. I went in person, which is nice. But if I have to order online, if I can't get it in person, I'll do that. Godzilla vs. Billolante. Now I was trying to get Demon Pawn on 4K, but they didn't have it. So off for Godzilla. What I'm kind of curious about anyway. So yeah, I'm sure I'll enjoy this. This is the only Godzilla film they release outside of the Show Era collection. Now I don't know if they're going to release another collection. I know there's been speculation about that, but hard to say at this point. Sorcerer, William Friedkin. One I've been wanting to check out. Still haven't watched it, but that's okay. I like Friedkin's films, and I'm sure I'll enjoy this one. It just seems very interesting, very exciting movie, right? Hallucinatory Journey to the Heart of Darkness. It's a remastered suspense classic of The Wages of Fear, which I haven't seen that, but so I want to check this out. Can't really go wrong with Friedkin, though. These other Criterions. These I got off of Criterion's website. They had a sale. I think it's been in October, something like that. But anyway, Manila in the Claws of Light takes place in the Philippines, right? That's I believe that's the city, Manila, right? Yeah. This one, I haven't seen too many Pinoy film. I think this is, Pinoy or Tagalog, right? That's the language. I think I'm saying that right. But anyway, yeah. I've seen some Pinoy horror films, but none of them more like this is like a drama. Um, yeah. Anyway, World on a Wire. This one looked very interesting. I had recorded it, figured out I'll just get the Blu-ray, more likely to watch it that way. Which, I mean, yeah, it's what 3.5 hours long, but still, Michael Fassbender. I think this is the only sci-fi film he made, if I'm not mistaken. It deals with virtual reality, from what I understand. Yeah. So, seems interesting. Indicator. I just bought these two. The Damned. Or these are The Damned. I haven't seen this in quite some time. So I figured, I'll get it. Oliver Reed's in this. It's a Hammer film. So, yeah. And then Fragment of Fear. This one I've been kind of curious about. It's also from 1970, which I think it's horror. But anyway, says Murder in Pompeii, Voices of the Night, Despair in the Gutter, and a Phantasmagoria of Fright. So, yeah. I guess I could do Makinos. Talking about Makinos, yeah. Talking about Makinos. Kino Lorber, they had a sale back in, must have been October. I like their sales. But anyway, Burnt Offerings. Another movie I haven't seen in quite some time. Oliver Reed. I distinctly remember the pool scene from this. And also the creepy chauffeur character. I look forward to checking this out again. And I believe it's a haunted house. And Betty Davis is in it. Karen Black. Huh. Okay. Cinema's First Nasty Women. Now, this one I thought looked fun. It was a collection of 99 European and American silent films produced from 1898 to 1926. I believe they're all short films. But yeah, I mean, but still. I mean, I'm sure I'll have a lot of fun with this. I think there's... So it says here these women organize air strikes, bake, and weaponize inedible desserts, explode out chimneys, recruit the police force, and assume a range of identities and gleefully dismantle traditional gender and international gender norms and sexual constraints. So, yeah. I just some nasty women in my life. I mean, who doesn't need nasty women in their life, right? I mean, Downtown 81. Jean-Michel Basquiat, I think I'm saying his name right, who I like his artwork. I'm a fan of his, and this is a film that's, he sort of wanders through New York. He's trying to move one of his canvases so he can keep up his rent. It's kind of meditative, kind of contemplative kind of film, I would say. But if you're a fan of Basquiat, or you just want to see New York in, the early 80s, it's a snapshot of that for sure. And I think you will like this if that seems like your cup of tea. So, Peter Cushing, The Flesh and the Fiends. I don't know whether to hold it like this or this, but either way. This one I haven't watched yet, obviously. 1960. But I do like 60s horror, 70s horror, I mean. I feel like I'm starting to appreciate 60s horror more than I did when I was younger. So, yeah. But I'm sure I'll like this one. So, The Hitchhiker. I had revisited this because I hadn't seen it in years. This one's pretty good. Noir. It's kind of, you have the guy the hitchhiker character, and it's about a true life murder spree of Billy Cook. The hitchhikers intentionally assault two men. So you have Edmund O'Brien and Frank Lovejoy, and they're on a camping trip, and they're held captive by a homicidal drifter. So, yeah, it's tense, man, and I would say if you like noir, especially in the early 50s, give this one a shot. Veracruz, a western. I don't know. This is Ernest Borgnine. I think Charles Bronson in a small role too. But yeah, one I look forward to checking out. And there's the back again. I'll show it. Maybe I didn't give enough time to look at it. There. Cool. And then the Web Noir. This one has Vincent Price in it. That was one of the reasons I bought it, because you got Edmund. Thinking of Edmund O'Brien, he's in this, right? And you got William Bendix, and yeah, good cast, I would say. This is about a man named Leopold Kroner. He's formerly equal to Enterprises, and he's released at 5 years in prison for embezzlement, and so Andrew Colby, that's Vincent Price's role, he claims that Kroner has threatened him, and he hires a lawyer, Bob Regan O'Brien. He has him as his bodyguard. So this one is kind of twisty, right? Has some good twists in it, and yeah. I guess I talk about my Scream Factory, my Scream Factory, because they had a sale. I think it was in October, November. I don't remember. But anyway, Body Snatcher, Boris Karloff. I'm a Karloff fan. Also, this is a Robert Wise directed film. Who I like his movies. I think he did. I was thinking it's Tomorrow. I think it's Born to Kill. Maybe that's not the right name of it, but he made some noirs too. Yeah, I'm sure I've seen this in. I don't know if I already said that. I haven't seen it. I've seen this. I haven't seen this in quite a while. So I look forward to checking it out again. And this is, I don't know what year this is from. 1945. Yeah, so probably older than dirt by this point, but that's okay, right? Hellions. I really enjoyed this one, actually. I saw it a couple years back. Yeah, I'll get the Blu-ray. Chloe Rose is in it I know from Degrassi. And Luke Bilyuk, I think that he's also from Degrassi. The later seasons I'm not really a fan of, but still, that's where I know them from. Robert Patrick. But yeah, and I think I think I'll have to watch this one again, because I think, well, I believe it's Chloe Rose. She wears this costume. It's kind of angelic looking, and you have the children who are, well, they're Hellions, or kind of demonic looking. Interesting symbolism there. You know what I mean? Kind of interesting contrast. So, yeah. And I think it's set on Halloween. But yeah, I look forward to checking it out again. Either way. I Saw What You Did. William Castle. You got John Crawford. You got John Ireland. You got Leif Erikson. Right? Good lineup, as far as the cast goes. Pretty good movie, too. I hadn't seen this one in years, and I watched it again last week. I mean, if you like horror films that involve phones, you'll probably like this one. Yeah, it was good. I watched it for my buddy's podcast. We're going to talk about it this week. So, yeah. This one I watched yesterday, The Strangler. Now, the disc is in the player, so I guess I could show the discs, but I don't have to. Yeah, The Strangler, Victor Buono. I don't know if I'm saying his name right. I haven't seen this in years, so yeah, I want to watch it again. It was a movie that was on the randomizer, and it picked this one. So yeah, I watched it yesterday. It's good. Maybe not great. I think the ending, the climax doesn't. It's a bit disappointing. I think it's kind of abrupt, the ending, but still, and worth checking out, especially if you like. It's psychological. I would even say it's a proto slasher, right? But yeah, Well, my biggest one, my biggest buy was my Vinegar Syndrome, and also the partner labels. I bought these. I think it was December. I got these. Minor premise. Looked like a very interesting sci-fi film, and I think who's in this? Dana Ashbrook. Yeah, who I know from Twin Peaks. So, yeah. I like the cover. It's like kind of melting thing going. Yeah. Well, that must be unfortunate, right? Pathogen. I've heard of this movie. It's a zombie film. I think it's shot on video or shot on digital video. I don't know, one of the two. But it's an egg for release nonetheless. And I think the shot on digital video. Yeah, the woman or the girl who made it. Maybe she's a woman by now. I don't know what her age is, but I think she was young at the time when she made this, and it was a big deal at the time. So. It says research gone awry results in zombies walking the streets of Austin. Scientists in middle school soon may have the key to solving the mysterious illness. The story follows their journey to avoid being infected or attacked before finding a safe place or a cure. They look like people. This is another movie I had that I had on the randomizer. This one's good. It's kind of slow paced, but also kind of contemplative, and yeah, you have the two male leads. I like their relationship, right? And then the character who plays McLeod, is it McLeod? Andrews, that's his. I forget his character's name, but he's paranoid, right? And he suspects that people are being replaced by these. They're like, they're basically creatures. So, yeah, I know. So they still have the slipcover, but yeah, still, I'm happy to have a copy. I guess I could do these ones from the Black Friday sale, and then the ones from the. I have so many Vinegar Syndrome releases, it's ridiculous. Yeah, that I bought, but yeah, that's okay. Amityville Horror: The Evil Escapes. Another one I wanted to check out from the Amityville series. This one's good, reminiscent of the first movie because it involves a priest, right? Yeah, I mean, I think I slightly enjoyed. Was that the one? Not the one, A New Generation. I think I preferred over this one, but this one's, I still kind of liked it though. It feels kind of made for TV. Well, no, I think it was. So, anyway, no, I mean, hey, it was going out of print. Figured I might as well get a copy. Crack House. No, I think this doesn't involve a crack house. Based on the title, right? A Vinegar Syndrome archive release. The number is 2,654 of 4,000. If anyone cares, I have to remember to mention that. And this has Richard Roundtree in it, and Jim Brown. I know them. I'm familiar with them. I think the other actors I'm familiar with from this movie, who are in this movie. So, but still, I'm figured I'll get an archive release. Why not? I wanted to check it out anyway. So, Drop Zone. This is a cinematograph. I don't know if I'm saying that right. The only release I have from that line. But I heard about this film many years ago, and it's like, I think somebody asked me, have you seen Drop Zone? I'm like, no. So that's how I remember it, and I don't know why. I guess just the title of it is why I remember it. Gary Busey's in it. I think Wesley Snipes was in it? Yeah, Wesley Snipes. It's pretty fun though. So, and I like that packaging. That's, yeah. Gun for Jennifer. This is another archive release. 4,009 of 5,000. I think we're getting at the tail end of their limited editions with this. But hey, I want to check this one out. I don't know how I feel about the artwork. It is what it is. But, you know. Yeah, I think it's a rape revenge story. Or, yeah, something along those lines. This one I watched over the weekend. Last Gasp. Robert Patrick plays a real estate developer who the Totec Indian tribe. He he kills some of them so then he can use their land for real estate development, and then he is possessed by their spirits, and then he's he's a killer at that point, right? It's decent. I think that Robert Patrick's character, I don't think there's not a lot of depth to his character, which I think I feel is a missed opportunity. But hey, I mean, if you're interested in films that involve, Native Americans, it's from a sort of a supernatural standpoint, I mean, hey, you could do worse, I think. Yeah. And, I kind of like seeing Patrick play a villain, too. I mean, even if, yeah. I mean, who doesn't, right? The Pact. This is a shot-on-video movie. Brad Sykes, who I believe made a number of SOV films. I haven't seen that many of his movies, but I thought, I'll check this one out. And it was likely to sell out, and I was like, you know what? I should give it a shot. So, yeah, it's a Saturn's Core release. I like Saturn's Core. Resurrected, or The Resurrected. Haven't checked this one out yet. It's Lovecraftian, but one I've been meaning to watch for a while. Most of my watch list too. So there's that, right? Yeah, I like the artwork. No, it's pretty cool. Shredder Orpheus. This, I believe this is horror, but it involves skateboarding. Which, I think Midnight Skater might be the only other horror film that involves skateboarding. Unless I'm wrong. Which I've seen that. Yeah. SAG for release. This might be one of the better releases, because I know some of the films they put out aren't that great. But I end up buying some movies anyway. It's like, well, what am I doing in my life? I don't know. Sick of myself. Yeah, I missed out on the slip for this one. This is a Vinegar Syndrome Pictures release. This one I'd have to watch again. I think that I was sort of sidetracked when I watched it. So, but I'll give it another shot. I liked it though, overall. Yeah. And I got this is from their subscriber week. Eternal Combat. Hong Kong. I think it's Wuxia is how you say it, or it's a martial arts type film, right? I had a lot of fun with them. It's very bizarre. Very weird. Right, there's a scene where Anthony Wong is sexually assaulting a woman. There he is right there. And there's a dog that, comes and bites him, but it increases in size, and it's a whole nother dog or species, right? Or subspecies? I guess it would be subspecies. But anyway, yeah, it's worth it. It's worth checking out. It's archive release 4,179 of 5,000. So that might be selling out soon. I don't know, but. The Bees, one I've been kind of curious about for a while. John Saxon is in this. You know what? Why not give it a shot? Here's the. Well, I like how the slipcover is much different from the regular, because I think this slip was released. This was released without a flip first, and then they. Yeah, which I kind of like. I mean, usually I reverse the covers anyway, but. It's nice to have something that's not exactly the same, It's but still sort of the same idea, you know. Blood Cult. This is an upgrade from my DVD. Yeah, shot on video film that I remember liking, and I wanted to, been meaning to get the Blu-ray, so yeah, I like the artwork too. Is that the same there? Yeah, it is, but yeah, who cares, right? Trina O'Brien. Yeah, Trina O'Brien 1 and 2. Cynthia Rothrock. I've seen, I think it was Rage and Honor 1 and 2. And I think I saw another one. I don't remember the title of it. Some of the movies aren't that great, but I figured I'll check these out. And it has, here's the booklet. And the inner case. I haven't looked at this yet, so. And there's the back there. Yeah. Yeah, these look fun. I mean, and this sold out, so. The Devonsville Terror. This is a Yuli Lamo film, which it may be one of his better films. Oh. Okay, I was getting a phone call. I just hung up. But anyway, this may be one of his better films, Yuli Lamo. Yeah. I don't know. That cover looks pretty, as a monster, right? I'm curious about that, so I want to check this one out for sure. I think Mr. Perger gave us a good review too, so if I'm not mistaken. Only evil will out evil. Huh? Interesting tagline there. Remain Silence, Sergio Corbucci. One that I've heard of, but I just never got around to watching it. Vincent's 4K that I think I will enjoy. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't taken out of the package. Well, usually when the power goes out, I have power. Well, I don't have power outages in my area that often, but when I do, well, I need something to do, so I'll just take the plastic off of the cases. You know what I mean? So, I mean, hey, I can't watch TV then. I can't do it on my computer, but I can do that or read if there's enough light coming through enough natural lighting, right? Yeah, the Iceman Come With. This is also a Hong Kong film, one I was interested in. Well, I still am, but yeah. Redneck Zombies, another shot on video film. This is an upgrade from my DVD. I think they have the first, because I think there were 2 releases of the Trauma, but I have the first DVD they put out. I bought it from Hollywood Video when they were going out of business. So, and the first time I didn't like it, but then I watched it again a couple of years later, and I was like, oh, you know what? It's actually kind of entertaining. I don't know if I'm going to sell my DVD. I might. But... Satan Hates You. This is a Glass Eye Pix release. Larry Fessenden's in this, and I think Angus Scrimm is as well. One that the title sort of intrigued me, and Danger After Dark put this out on DVD, which I never had it. It's out of print, and I think it goes for a pretty penny now. But it's interesting because on Blu-ray.com, when I was looking up the DVD release out of curiosity, it said only like 1 or 2 people have the DVD. And it's like, well, it's out of print. Maybe more people have it than I think. I don't know, but yeah, it's cool that this got a Blu-ray release nonetheless. So there's an extra release, the Zodiac Killer. Now, I've seen this, and it's pretty silly, well, maybe not silly is the right word, but very low budget, I would even say shoestring budget. And I think the editing is kind of choppy editing from what I remember. but I wanted to watch it again. I mean, hey, it's schlocky, you know, but it includes Another Son of Sam, which I didn't like that movie, so I'm probably not going to watch it again, but I'll take the Zodiac Killer, you know. And I think this was released with the R. Charles Jr. movie. I forget the name. The Sadist, and I think another movie. I didn't know that, but that's okay. And they didn't have. I don't think Vincent had it when I bought this anyway, so. And I have one more. I'm saving the best for last. Box set. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Trilogy. Yeah. 4K. Because why not? And I'll show these off. I'll just sort of talk about these because I want to spend some time talking about them. The first film, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which is my favorite of the trilogy. Movie I've seen, I don't know how many times now. But it still holds up. A lot of memorable scenes, great score. Accurate to the comics too, you know. Probably the most accurate comic. Well, yeah, the most comic accurate out of the bunch. I don't know if I want to show off the other cover, but I'll at least do this. And it comes with cards. You know, you got Leonardo, Michelangelo. And this one is an heir, but I think it's a tribute to the original cards. This is actually done. This is Donatello versus Leonardo. So yeah, they made it's a misprint, and it's supposed to be it's intentional. And I think I have some of the original cards somewhere. I don't know if I have this one specifically, but yeah. Raphael in his classic hat and trench coat, right? Got some stickers. I don't know if I'm gonna use these. I feel kind of bad if I did. It's like, oh, there's a sticker. You know what I mean? But I do like stickers too, so maybe I will put them on stuff. Oh. This is a great set. But yeah, man, this is a comfort film for me for sure. And you have a good blend of action. You have comedy. You know, you have great cast of characters. Elias Codius, I mean, you know, Judith Hogue, right? And you got Joss Pace. You got, you know, Raymond Chow produced this from, I think he was Golden Harvest, which is interesting, right? And then you got Brian Tachi, I think his name is. Ernie Reyes Jr., yeah, Brian Tachi, Robbie Rist, Ken Scott, right? I'm just sort of looking at this feature so I get the names, right? But yeah, I mean, I had the V. So I'm having to record again. My recording got cut off, and I was saying that I have the first movie on VHS. Well, and then I upgraded DVD. I still did VHS. I think I said all I wanted to say about my other, but yeah, I mean, it's great. And then Turtles 2, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, Secret of the Ooze. It's a pretty good sequel, not as good as the first, but Shredder and Splinter. All right, and you got your Royce Pizza punch card, which I'm going to leave this as is, I think. You got a poster in there. I've come to appreciate the sequel, because I watched it again last month. I hadn't seen it in a while, and I never upgraded the DVD or the VHS. I never got the DVD or Blu-ray. But still, it's a pretty good sequel. And then the third one, my least favorite. I've seen this the least amount of times. You know, where they go to Japan, right? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3. I don't know if I already said it, but Casey Jones, April O'Neil, right? Posters like the second movie. I don't know. I want to give this one another shot though, because I don't think it's as bad as people say it is. But you know, it's not a great movie. It's not a great movie anyway. But I've seen worse. You know. And then I got the Royce Pizza booklet. And there's a poster, double-sided. The score from the third movie and the first movie poster. I mean, it's a replica, I guess, but still. I mean, it's cool to have it. You know, and I'm glad I put this out. I'm sure you can still get it, but I'm sure it's still really well formed too. Other than that, that's it. I don't know when I'm gonna do another one of these. I got some more just coming, but it'll probably be a while. But thanks for watching. Those of you who watch, and this will be up. Well, not that it matters. I'll get up as soon as I can. I have to edit, do some editing. I usually don't with these. I just do one video and that's it. But as I was saying, thanks for watching. See you next time.